Hey, it's Elliot Wilson from Rap Radar. And me and my partner, B.Dot Miller. And you know we got the premier website out there, rapradar.com. And now we're about to take over the podcast game. We're going to sit down with the culture's most important voices and give you that news and information, that opinion. The only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar. Listen up. Here we go.
Yeah, Rap Radar Podcast. It's Elliot Wilson.
I'm Brian B.Dot Miller.
B.Dot, what's up, baby?
I'm good.
Yo, we just had an anniversary, too, man. Rap Radar, baby.
That's even better.
7 years, man.
Where does the time
They
go?
thought we wouldn't last, man. Me and you.
Who's they?
They don't want Rap Radar to do another 7 years.
They damn sure didn't.
Yo, man, this really worked out, man. This crazy scheme I had, man. Now, you know, it's funny because we said 7 years with the site and now 7 months with the podcast.
Right?
Lucky seven.
Lucky
time,
number
baby.
7, man.
The Rap Radar. Look at Brian Costa, so satisfied about
Go play Lotto or something.
He looks happy like when Fat Joe was in here, man. Fat Joe was yelling in the mic, dropping gems, man. I'm exhausted. That was 2.5 hours, man.
Sheesh. What was that? It didn't seem like it, but then when you sit with the podcast, you're like, yo, that really is.
You remember when Fat Joe was like,
hours.
Elliot, we've done 2 hours.
It was time to go at this point.
I got to get Flex to play the record.
Taliban mode.
Taliban mode. He's like a Lagerfeld snuck the video of that.
That's great, man.
The actual call when an artist calls Flex to ignite the movement of Flex dropping bombs in the record. We got to see the behind the scenes of that.
You got to keep it organic, man.
You never know what you're going to get at Rap Radar Podcast. You know who's recognizing how good a Rap Radar Podcast is?
Who's that?
Our girl from Fox 5 and Hot 97, man.
Oh, yeah, Megan Wright.
Megan Wright. Shout out to Megan Wright, man. She did a nice little piece on us, man. Hopefully you guys will see that soon, man.
Probably in the next couple weeks or so.
Yeah, man. I always big time when I'm on. Like, you know, we're from New York, right? We're both Queens boys. I don't know about your parents, but I could have so much success and do so many great things. But if I'm on, like, regular TV.
Right. My dad, too.
It's just like, wow, he's on Channel 5 at 10:45 p.m.
My dad still doesn't know what I do for a living. Like, he asks me, like, so what is it exactly that you do with the computers and the...
Because he's a man with his hands, right? He's
an old school South nigga, man. There's a guy pick cotton.
No, what does he do?
He's an entrepreneur, businessman, but he doesn't understand, like... So.
Oh, you would think if he's not like a,
but when
construction worker or something.
but when he sees you on TV, he's like, oh, okay, that's my boy. So.
Yeah, now, so we're going to get that good look at that Fox 5 love.
Word, man.
Fox 5, man. Also, your boy, yeah, I asked the people out there what to talk about, man. Any topics? Because they're like, yo, B-Dot, you guys need to talk about what's going on in hip-hop, man. You don't always need a guest.
It's a busy week, man.
We like to have guests, though.
We're kind of guests within ourselves. We could talk. I was thinking, should we have done that for, like, the anniversary? Just have you and I together, just no guests. But
I say no.
Man. Nah.
It's boring. I don't care about that. Man.
I like our guest today anyway, so it's all
before
good.
we get to our guest, man, do you like that Kendrick Lamar album? That's what everybody's talking about.
I'm liking it, man.
The Untitled, man. The outtake. Is this outtakes better than the best rappers? Like this, isn't it funny that this guy's throwaways
almost by default
is bodying everybody?
There really isn't that much in the marketplace right now, to be honest. I mean, I like it a lot though, but I was disappointed that the record that he performed on Jimmy Fallon, it wasn't the same one.
Well, that's the issue, right? Like the energy of the live performance isn't reflected on the songs when they're recorded, right? So does that take away overall, or just that Blue Faces one? It took it away.
To me, it took it away because I was looking forward to that. You know, when Terrace was here, and I even tweeted Punch and Top Dog when that performance came out. Like, yo, where's the iTunes? Like, we need that. So I was looking forward to that, but it was like, yo, what the fuck is this? It's cool, but it's not what I was looking forward to. A little bit disappointed.
There's a lot of creativity on there, though, man.
And he has all the funny voices and the flows and. I like Kendrick. I like that guy.
That Kendrick guy, man.
You feeling it?
Yeah, I like it. It's a great companion piece to Pimp a Butterfly. It feels like almost like a companion piece to it. It's outtakes. To me, it's for the nerds, though. Like, I like that, though. Like, when I love music, you know, I'm a nerd. I want to collect everything. I want to hear the outtakes. I want to hear whatever. But I do think that, I think a lot of times now when you hear songs like that was the thing we talked about with Kanye's All Day Nigga, whatever.
Right, all day.
Like sometimes when you see a song live for the first time, your perception is it that way, right? So if you hear the recorded version, if it doesn't match the intensity of it, it does take away from it. So I almost wish that those live versions were also included, you know, almost as a bonus, or we hadn't heard them. You know, he had not used the ones we already saw. You know what I mean? Because it kind of
messes up your perception of what
that. But that's nitpicking. I mean, you know, overall, I think it's great. And I actually tried to get Top Dog. I did hit Top. Did I tell you hit Top Dog?
I didn't know that.
I was like, yo, Top, because everybody, you know, get Top on the phone, right? So I was like, yo, maybe we should go try to get Top Dog, man. You never know. So I hit him on DM. We went back and forth. He's like. He's like, I'm gonna tell my story when it's when it's time. One of those kind of things. Like I'm gonna tell my story and I'm gonna say it loud. And I'm gonna do it like that kind of shit. I was like, and you're gonna say it to Elliot Wilson, right? And I was laughing, LOL.
And then he just didn't respond.
No, he went to LOL. He kept going his rant about what he's gonna say. When I say it, he says something like, when I say it, I'm gonna say it clearly and loudly and something like that. And then I wrote ... and you're gonna say it to Elliot Wilson, right? He's like,
you got a better chance
LOL.
at Punch dropping an album before we get Top here.
No, man. We got a shot, man. Get Top on the phone, man.
You gotta shoot our shot. Fuck it.
Yo, Top's becoming more and more high profile.
I think you have to be in this climate. Like, I don't think you can remain, reclusive like how you used to be back in the day. I think you got to have a presence to the product. And
plus, he loves it. You see the way he interacts with fans.
Yeah.
Like, he likes that. He likes the interaction. He likes to tease them with Schoolboy Q's not ready or Scissor's still working on her shit. Like, he loves it. Like, all those guys.
You might catch him at a Laker game. Sit next to, like, Denzel and 50 Cent.
Or Jay, man. Jay-Z can stay with
that Jay-Z
One
guy.
person said that we should ask this. They asked if Jay-Z should make another album.
He should make an album.
Of course, right?
Of course.
That's a dumb question.
I mean,
it's funny that people really want him to make an album now. Even people that didn't even love Magna Carta, like, they all like, where's Jay-Z? Why doesn't Jay-Z do an album?
Where the fuck is Jay-Z, man?
We don't understand him. That's our guy. We don't understand him, man.
Yeah, like, I would love to have a new Jay-Z album. You kidding me? I think we need that. I think he's in a different space, too, creatively. So I want to see where his mindset is.
He had the little thing with Khaled. Maybe Khaled will just harass him till he starts to record
Khaled
something.
is the only one that could get things out of people. We got a Nas interview. Got Jay to spit some bars. What the hell? Khaled is the key.
Yo, Khaled is competition now. All these guys, man. I'm about looking at all these motherfuckers. Khaled, this guy Noriega's a podcaster now, man. All these guys, they become media. Khaled's on the cover of that Bloomberg
Business Week.
and it says the future of media, some shit, right? Like the new. They saying they're all competition. B-Dot.
Khaled's getting more press from Snapchat than he is his last album.
What beyond?
This is
become
crazy.
a star off Snapchat.
Fat Joe said he's a Beatle.
Yeah, that was great, right? That was great.
He looked like a mob boss. He had a taco meat showing, the velour suit, and Ellen is just looking bewildered, like, huh? What? Huh? Soccer moms. We gotta get Khaled too.
All right, but shifting gears, man. On a sad note, man, we got to send our condolences, man. Bankroll Fresh, man.
That shit hurt my heart.
Yeah, I was in Atlanta when it went down, so I just felt like.
What was the energy like out there?
Well, what happened was Future. I'm covering the Future tour. So he had a big show, it was great, celebratory, and then we started getting word like after the show. So the whole mood kind of changed. Like, Metro was back there, Esco, like.
So you heard about this backstage
at the end of the show, like around the end of the show.
Wow.
And then the real sad part was Future had an after party at that club, like Privé.
Yeah.
So we're in Privé, and the DJ's like having that moment, like, 1 second, R.I.P. Bankroll Fresh. And girls are like crying and shit because they didn't know. So the DJ told them, like, R.I.P. Bankroll Fresh. Playing a Bankroll Fresh set like in the middle of the club, like it was just like, damn, like,
that's depressing.
It definitely went from like the high of the Future, event to like, oh shit, like and like just the way it went down.
The way you're
man.
talking about it almost reminds me of that time when Tupac got killed, and it was at Summer Jam. I think Nas was performing, and Ed Lover made the announcement to the crowd.
Yeah,
that's the way you kind of describe it.
Yeah, because you got to think you might be in some kind of place like that, like a club, just partying. All of a sudden you hear, and he's so loved in the community and like underground dude, and like. We were big fans of his music,
We were going
to
book him.
Yeah, we almost booked him. I did shut it down. I felt like he wasn't ready yet. I was like, yo, let's, obviously now I regret that, like, fuck. But, no, I thought he was a talented dude, man. I liked a lot of songs on the mixtape. We got a great relationship with Tech and 2 Chainz and Street Execs. We could have did one with him in Chains or something, but, like, damn, it's just hard to believe that that happened so terribly. I was talking to Molly. I was down there. She was telling me about stuff about him that I didn't know, and, like, once again, man, we just want to pay our respects, man.
That Hot Boy remix, that was my shit, man. They in the original, too. Sad, man. It's unfortunate.
Fresh, man. So y'all got to chill with that nonsense, man. All right, let's get to this Rap Radar podcast. Comments, we love it. When you subscribe, you rate, review, you leave your comments, even if it's some slick talk.
I think we're like the only people on social media. I like when people talk bad sometimes. Like, that's life. You got to take the good with the bad, right?
Let's see if we're going to get some good or bad. Someone said, my man John Johns said, important for the culture. He gave us 5 stars. There you go.
Thank you, John Johns.
Best hip-hop podcast in the world. B-Dot and Elliot bring great interviews with the most important figures in hip-hop. Hey, that sounds like some kind of tagline.
Coke price just went up.
You get to see another side of the artist. B-Dot always does his homework and asks the questions you want to hear. And Elliot has the dopest laugh on the airwaves. Who is this? Mom? Is my mom leaving comments again?
That was a lie.
Shout out to Berta right there, leaving that right there. Appreciate that. All right, C-12 gives us 4 stars. Moving up on my podcast list.
Okay.
Oh, shit. The knowledge is there and the questions are cool, but pretty basic. Would love for E. Who you call me E, man?
E?
Would love for E.
Who's your best friend? E.
What are you, Kaiser? E. Would love for E and B-Dot to lead the guests down uncharted territory. Gotten used to Elliot's laugh, but just noticing that he can't or chooses not to make the TH sound when he talks.
The TH sound when you talk.
Yo, my nigga, I got a list, man. All right? That's how I'm living, man. You're perfect. Whoever you are, you're perfect. All right, motherfucker? Instead of thorough, he pronounces it troll or
hooked on phonics.
Or instead of free, I do say free. Like 3 is the hardest shit for me.
Goodness.
I gotta go 3. Like that's.
But you got a retainer in or something?
Man, I need another one. Hilarious, unless it's some type of deficiency.
Yo,
almost spit take the podcast.
Almost spit up my one of this expensive ass microphone, man.
Viv would have got a great shot of that. Viv would have got you covered. Shout out to Viv.
Yo,
oh man,
it's a deficiency.
Yo, I'm sending him some podcast stickers. This guy, I'm looking at his address.
You a fucking special Olympian or something?
Hilarious, unless there's some type of deficiency. That is sad and only slightly funny. Yo, this guy's incredible. Keep growing, Dash. All right, man. Dash. Woo. All right, so Yankee fan for life give us 5 stars. Says, is it possible to get Boss back on here? I mean, this album is really dope. We just had him.
Yeah, we just actually went this past week and he had a pop-up shop.
Oh, you kicked it with him, right? I was out of town.
Yeah, it was packed, man. You know,
good to see the boy Boss.
Dreamville's like for the working class fan. Like they had everybody there was open to the
but the industry fucks with them too, though. Like,
yeah,
they got all the right people in the industry, not the bullshit people. Like
But there's no ego whatsoever, so that's the beauty of it.
Well, they're committed to all repping one thing. They're all committed to the movement. Good addition to the hip hop culture. 4 stars.
All right.
From America's Dream. Similar to the website, I check for updates daily. You guys are flawless when it comes to guests. It's not interviews. The Rap Radar guy gives the culture A1 conversations.
All right.
Recommendations, live show. Oh, this is recommendations. Live shows, tours, games, Snapchat.
Okay.
Right. Take B-Dot off the show. 1 star.
Hey.
I listen to all the hip-hop podcasts, One App, Combat Jack, I'll name this podcast later, Tax Stone, and I have to put the Rap Radar podcast at the bottom of the list.
Damn.
The only reason I listen to the Rap Radar podcast.
Well, at least we're on the list.
The only reason I listen to the podcast every week is because of the guests. Elliot and B-Dot are so annoying.
That's true.
And I really think they should consider just taking B-Dot off the podcast. Elliot is definitely more tolerable than B-Dot, though. The only thing that kills me about Elliot is his laugh. Never in my life have I ever heard or met someone with a laugh worse than his. The bottom line, of course he loves this. The bottom line is that if you took out the guests on the show, then I wouldn't waste an hour and a half of my time listening to this podcast. But because of the artists, I will keep listening every week.
Send the guy some stickers too.
Get rid of B-Dot. Get rid of B-Dot. Find a new co-host.
Word.
So Ben Simmons, Lakers, says better than last week. Simple as that. Which episode was that? Okay, let me do one more. Well, someone said that Fat Joe Remy, my podcast is the best podcast so far. Love to hear these 2 back rocking again. And someone says here,
more?
We got so many, man. The good, the bad, the ugly, 4 stars. The good guests push your podcast past One Up and Combat Jack. The bad interviews from guests I expected more from. Timberland and Bryson Tiller, for example. The ugly laugh from Elliot. Be honest, everything ain't that funny. Everything ain't that funny. Except you. You're funny. Oh my God,
that's funny.
Somebody said, thank you for the amazing episode, Fat Joe and Remy. Glad to know that they're working musically together. Great job on the interview and content you guys provide. Shout out to that.
Fat Joe and Remy, man, they're making moves out here with All the Way Up. That's a great record. I think it's the hottest joint.
Do you think the record's really going to take off?
I think so. I hope so.
I wanted to.
DJ's got to do the right thing, man. It's like the hottest record right now in the city, in my opinion.
Someone just, Yo Gotti, man, huge fan of the podcast, but Yo Gotti was terrible.
Damn.
Still love you guys. Any shot we'll get Wiz on for an interview?
Wiz? Maybe. I'm going to have to go through Amber for that.
We'll see how it goes, man. But who we got today, B-Dot?
Mack Wilds, man.
Mack Wilds, the homie, man. This guy does it all, man.
You might see him everywhere, man.
Yeah, that guy goes to every event in the city, man.
That's true. He's working.
You say you have a new DL spot in the city? He might be there tonight, man.
Right?
But people that know New York, The Love Story, that was the last album.
Yeah, that was it will be 3 years ago.
Wow, it's been that long?
Yeah.
Him and Salam Remy.
Yes.
incredible records. It surprised everybody. Your type of shit, right? Captured New York, right?
Yeah, I
better than these rappers.
When we did our year-end list, that was going to be number one until that chick, what's her name, Beyonce.
Oh, her.
Came and shut the game down.
Talented. She's kind of talented.
You might have heard of her.
Oh, she came in December too, right?
Yeah. So he was like number 2 on
that
our
was
list.
the pre-Weekend Bryson Tiller battle,
right?
The Mack Wild's Beyonce battle.
So,
now we went for the second album. He's taking forever, and he's making the breaks with VH1. It was a special, and now it's a TV show. So is this guy gonna give us some music? Man?
Hopefully, but he has that new record out, Love for the 90s.
Yeah,
that's out right now on iTunes and on the internets on rapradar.com. So. He has a lot to talk about.
Yeah, man. It's good. He's a good guy, too. Everyone loves that guy, man. He's a good guy. He's
hard
handsome.
not to like him.
The ladies love him. He's handsome.
I liked him when he was on The Wire, man. So I got a couple Wire questions as well.
Well, someone was saying that he's like connected to 2 of the most iconic TV franchises, like The Wire and 90210. Like,
And there's something about The Wire. Like, every one that was on that show has kind of gone on to do bigger and better things.
Yeah.
Like you got... I call him by that. I'm about to typecast him, but Idris Elba.
Do it. Take us to Baltimore, B-Dot.
Avon Barksdale and Stringer Bell, and but everyone's doing their thing, so I'm really excited to talk to him about it.
All right, man. He's running late traffic, man, but he will be here, I promise you. We'll be right back with Mack Wild's Rap Radar Podcast.
Yeah.
Introducing Play.it, a podcast network like no other. From award-winning news programming and #1 sports brands to entertainment and business leaders, Play.it is delivering storytelling at its best.
We're going to be having conversations with newsmakers and culture shapers.
I will be talking mostly about fashion and how I've been marketing all my life.
Tech, culture, and entrepreneurship.
Everything in the world of sports entertainment and wrestling and beyond.
Hear what you've been missing at Play.it.
Hey, it's Ellie Wilson from Rap Radar. And me and my partner, B.Dot Miller, man. The only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar.
Yo, Mack Wild is here.
Do it live. What's up, man?
Don't get it all humble, man.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Good,
What's
man.
up, fellas?
How you doing?
Y'all good?
Oh, man.
Finally, man.
Tell me about it, man.
Return of the Mack.
Yeah, man.
Mack, we forgive you for being late because you just have a big announcement, man. What's going on, man?
It's been a crazy 2016 so
Exclusive we got here. Let's do it.
I just they just announced that I'm the series regular for a new Fox television show called Shots Fired.
Woo! That's very hip hop. Shots Fired.
Yeah, right. Us, me, Sanaa Lathan, Helen Hunt, Stephen James. It's gonna be a lot of dope people.
And you said you're like, I saw the press release says you're going to be an Officer Belk.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, my character. So basically I guess the idea or the premise of the story is, in this world, like in today's society, what would happen if, after all of the kids that have passed away from cops being killed and everything, what would happen if a black cop kills a white kid, and I played a black cop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's gonna be big.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
And I saw the press release. You shot this. Is it based in North Carolina?
Yeah, we're basing it in North Carolina. Yes, sir.
Oh, so did you already shoot it already? Or?
No, not yet. I'm actually going to shoot it in like next week or so.
So, so did you shoot like a pilot already existed? You guys had a pilot, or
we actually got picked up before before we shot anything. So. Wow. Yeah, because
I saw you. I was like, we have been trying to do this for a while, and then I saw in the middle of the night you had tweeted like something just came through. God is great. That's why I started texting you right away. I was like, yo, what's
going on?
I was like, maybe we can get that announcement, and then the timing was perfect because it went live today. The announcement of it.
It's crazy, man. For real, man. God is great, man. The way that everything has been moving this year, I can't wait for y'all to see the rest of the stuff, like the show that I'm writing and the music that we've been doing.
We're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
But in terms of Shots Fired, so like, how long do you have to be in like North Carolina for, and like, do you know the particulars? And stuff
usually it takes about like 3 months, like 3.5 months to shoot like a 10 to 13 episode television show. So we're gonna be out there for that for that duration, just getting everything right.
So do you have to prepare prior to this and to be a cop?
Yeah. I'm going through training now. Like I got a tech advisor showing me like little things like how to arrest someone properly, and the whole pulling from the holster and stuff. It all of the, I guess the little things that
make it authentic.
Yeah, to make it authentic. Yeah, so we're doing that, and I'm going through dialect training, to get like a southern accent and stuff. And
oh, really?
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
Is that the first time you've had to try to do something like that?
My second time, because I had to do it in the Secret Life of Bees too. So
that's right.
Yeah.
But isn't this interesting? Because I know you've been a victim. Well, not necessarily a victim, but Eric Garner and that whole situation.
Yes, sir.
You were close to him, right? So like, is this kind of like ironic in the current events and things like that? Like, what's your mindset?
It's the reason why I jumped at it. I wanted, with Gina and everybody at Fox, for them to even allow us to tackle a subject like this, to be brave enough to tackle a subject like this, in light of recent events. I felt like I would be crazy to miss up on an opportunity to speak for the other side, like to really see, I guess, to show America a standpoint of what it feels like to be black in America, even if you are on the quote unquote other side. So,
pun intended. Get it? Other side.
I mean, sure. this could potentially like bring a lot of negativity your way, right? Like there may be some people in Middle America may not get this, or like I
think anything that is groundbreaking is going to have some type of pushback or some type of negative backlash. It has the opportunity to, but I think as long as we stay brave and understand what our focus is, the negative backlash won't affect us.
Yeah. Right. This is your first time working with these cast members, right?
With the cast members, yeah. With Gina, it's my second time. Me and Gina worked together on Secret Life of Bees as well.
Oh, okay. They got Sanaa Lathan in there. Helen Hunt.
Yeah.
That's nice. It sounds like you don't get that EGOT closer than you think.
Explain the EGOT to people who don't know.
For the people who don't know, an EGOT is basically, the all four of the awards: Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and a Tony. So,
and you want that?
I want that.
You're a very ambitious fellow, as you like to always say.
Yes, sir.
What order are we gonna get them? Do you have planned out?
Who knows?
Well, we got the Grammy nod.
Exactly, we got the Grammy nod. Let's try to get this.
He had a funny quote about Grammy. He was like, "It's good to lose to Rihanna. It's okay."
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that.
But it's a lot better to beat her too.
Yes, way better.
Who'd you bring to the Grammys?
I brought my dad. To the Grammys. Yeah, and it's funny because when I was
running around telling everybody I'm Mackwell's father.
Absolutely. So my dad owns a barbershop. So this guy is at the barbershop all the time. And at the end of the album, I have this thing where it's like everybody speaking on what they think love is and everything. So we got the Grammy nomination, and he goes to the barbershop like, I'm a Grammy nominated artist. I'm on my son's album. I got nominated for the Grammy too. Thanks, Pop.
Did you have a speech prepared and everything?
I didn't even. I can't. Like as soon as I seen Rihanna's name and Tamar's name, I was like, I'm just glad that they nominated me.
Wow.
I'm just glad I could be here in my nice little suit and everything. But
how did you find out? Did you get the call? Like, what was the moment when you found out?
It was funny. I was in Virginia. We were doing a promo run in Virginia. And I remember we were watching the announcements. They did a whole telecast for the announcements and stuff. And after it went off, I was like, oh, well, I guess we didn't get nominated. It's fine. It is what it is. So we're about to walk out and go to the club, the after party. And the label calls and everybody's screaming on the phone, yo, you got nominated. I think that was my first time ripping a hotel room to pieces. It was pretty crazy. It was pretty
you got
crazy.
your rock star on?
Yo, I got my rock star on, man. It was nuts. Shout out to everybody in Richmond, Virginia, who cleaned up that hotel room.
I was gonna say, what hotel are you not banned? What hotel are you not banned from?
Exactly. Oh man.
Blame the homies, crazy. Man. Blame the homies. Exactly. It was these guys, man. These guys.
It was them. All them.
But you still got things going on your way. Plus, you got the breaks coming up, man.
I saw you. It's like I got 2 shows now.
Yeah, starring in 2 shows, bro. This is the craziest. I don't like. This is so. I guess.
Who's your
different.
assistant, man? Who's gonna plan all this shit for you? Like, who's your personal assistant?
Bruh, I need to get one. I need to find one. But this is
that starts shooting in what, July, right?
Yeah, we start shooting that in July. So as soon as I get off set for Shots Fired.
Oh, so Shots Fired will be first.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't. So that was that part that had to be worked out schedule wise.
Yeah, they definitely had to work that schedule out.
Wow.
That was kind of like one of the biggest holdups.
So Charness is mad, like fucking Mack Wild. Gotta wait till July to do my shit.
Actually, Charness was excited. Like he was.
Dan Charness.
Yeah, Dan Charners and Seath Man, they were both like super excited about it. You know, they both know Gina, and I guess all three of them kind of convened and got it together.
Oh, wow. So everything had to come together.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Because obviously they feel like that'll bring even more exposure. I mean, already the special did well, which led to a series.
Exactly.
But now you getting this mainstream network look, obviously it's going to bring more eyes to the breaks.
It's gonna be a crazy year.
Wow, that's what's up. So is it still gonna be based? I mean, it's based off the book, but like it's still gonna be storylines extracted from the book.
Yes,
the big payback.
Definitely. I think he's it's damn near like 40 years of knowledge in that book. You know, like everything that he's encountered. So we're pulling from different chapters and different storylines just to make it as real and authentic as possible. You know, he really wants to show I guess what like all the things that happened to make hip hop what it is today. So I'm pretty excited about it. I'm still excited about it. Like, that's my passion project.
Yeah, no, because he's dedication to hip hop and wanted to represent it the right way.
Yeah.
But I also people was a lot of great love for it, but then everyone was turned off by the ending, right?
Yeah.
Now, why was that? Like,
I think people are more comfortable with like a distinct and like a definitive ending.
Yeah.
People want it to be ended. It's done. It's cool. I could walk away with something, but leaving it open ended the way it did, a lot of people were. Like, oh man, like, what's gonna happen next? Which kind of worked in our benefit because VH1 was like, okay, well, we want to see what happens next too. So they greenlit the whole season for us.
So you guys went for that though, kind of, right? That was like the sublime, like to leave open to try to like hedge it to get us a series.
Yeah, we kind of that was kind of one of the things that we actually shot for, but and it happened, thank God. So definitely excited about that, man.
I'm looking forward to it. I remember texting you when that went, because I got the screener version. I was like, yo, what the hell? Did she smash this guy? I was like, what's going on? I was like, cliffhanger, hate those.
Nah, but and I think it just worked. It just worked so much in our benefit, there's so many questions that still need to be answered. So, this next season, just watch. It's gonna be crazy.
What was that like shooting at in New York? Because one of the things that I noticed was the attention to detail of that era. Like, one thing I noticed, like,
the landmarks.
But when you guys were in a car in particular, I noticed when they panned in on you, the inspection sticker said 90 on it. I was like, okay. And then when I saw like the stop sign, it was the don't walk signs.
Yeah,
and it was like, before it was the logos, it was like don't walk. I was like, okay, that's pretty good. Like,
I think with Dan, with Seath and the rest of the crew, especially Dan is a stickler. Like, I'm talking about, like, down to me having to do classes for SP 1200s. Like he had me sit in the class, like sitting there with him and with Premier, and then like I even did my own independent, like sitting with Pete Rock and learning about the SP 1200 and seeing how they play it and trying to emulate what they did back then. So he's very, very much a stickler to make sure that every little piece of it is
meticulous.
Right. Very meticulous. Yeah,
damn journalist, man.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
But that wasn't like, you don't have no DJ experience or anything like that.
Nah,
right?
like, I mean, not really. Like, I mean, I did, like, I know how to DJ. I will never disrespect the DJs by saying I DJ. Like, I know how to. I'm just not.
You can curate a good playlist, man.
Exactly. I can make a great
that fucking
playlist.
title playlist, Valentine's Day.
Thank you, brother.
There's like 87 songs in there, man. What's going on, man? You went crazy with that. What happened, man? You trying to press Jigga? What's going on?
No, man. I'm just, I'm just a fan of music. Especially they said Valentine's Day. I'm like, what? I could do that. Throw this in there, throw this in there. Yo, add a little bit of this.
What were some of your favorites? People that haven't checked it out on the title joint. What was on there?
Man.
Some new shit though. You had Chris Brown on there, Back to Sleep, all types.
I mean, Chris got one with that joint, bro.
That Back to Sleep.
That joint is that's a joint right there. Like, he definitely got one right with that one. But I think there's from old school to new school, you know, I just wanted to kind of show that there's love all over the place now. So just trying to curate the right songs to show that.
I want to know with the breaks. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of hardships and stuff like that the characters have to go through. Being that you've been in the business for a long time, did you have to experience anything like that? Like even from the book, like this is true. I remember I had to go through this and
certain things, but I think the time has changed now, especially in the age of like social media and stuff, which kind of just came about maybe like 5, maybe 7 years ago, for real. And so anything that I really would have suffered like as an adult, I was too young to really understand it or to even see it. Like I started when I was like 14, 15. So first, like I did Miracles Boys with Spike Lee, and then right after that jumped into the indie with Half Nelson with was Ryan Gosling, and then right after that was The Wire. So it was kind of like it was weird timing for everything that I've gotten. So I really didn't have to go through too much, but there were certain things that I definitely seen, like, you know, just especially for me going from acting going into music. You know, you feel the pushback. You know, people want to make sure that you're authentic, make sure that you're real. So I definitely felt that I had to show and prove a lot more than I guess anybody else.
Because we were talking about that, like when you first got into business, especially in the New York scene, we would see you at everything. Like you would go to all the events. It was almost like, were you trying to make sure that people knew you were dedicated to this change, and like you wouldn't have those same kind of criticisms, like, oh, actor trying to make music?
Absolutely. I think that was one of the biggest things, and plus, a lot of people don't know, I just was getting back home. Like I lived in LA for like 5-6 years. Oh, wow. So while I was doing 90210, so we did the album. I moved to Miami to do the album, and then come back to New York, and this is my first time home in like since I was like 18.
Right.
So I'm actually I actually get an opportunity to run around how I used to. It was
a beef patty,
cocoa bread, like for real. Right. So it was So
you was acting a fool. You was happy to be in the spot.
I was just happy to be back home, and that me doing that, especially with my friends and everybody involved, and Salam making sure that I was in the right places, you know, it added on to what we were trying to do.
So are you selective where you go out now post Adele video?
Yeah, man. Yo, it's scary out here now, man. Like, you know, I just try to make sure that I'm that I'm in the right places, but definitely being selective. You know, I'd much rather be in the crib watching Entourage or something. So, you know, making sure that I'm in the right places at the right time with the right people. I think those are the things that I look forward to now.
You've been a celebrity for a long time now, but like this old Adele video feels like it was like hitting the reset button. Like
it was like in a weird way
and shit, right?
In a weird way, it was kind of like hitting the reset button. You know, a lot of the people, and I think it was it's to me what it did was the people who knew me from 90210, or the people who knew me from The Wire, the people who knew me from Red Tails, from here, from there, from the music, it kind of put everybody together. So everybody at once was like, oh, Mack, I know him from, and it just made the awareness,
entry points combined.
Yeah, exactly. So that was crazy. It's still crazy to me, you know.
Did Adele call you like, yo, thank you we ran that off, like, thank you
nah,
Mack.
You know, it was just everybody was just hype about it, you know, from her to the director, Xavier Dolan. I think everybody just, you know, because me, her, and him sat in that room and made that literally with our own blood, sweat, and tears, just killed it. You know, it wasn't a large, super large production or anything, but it still felt like everything you would want at a movie, and that's what I can't even call it a music video. It was legit a short film.
Yeah, it was a big comeback too, so a lot was riding on it too, right? It had to be right.
It's gonna get nominated for a Grammy next year. I'm calling it. That's gonna be your first Grammy. Like, think about it. That was a huge. It's like 1 billion views, literally.
Yeah, it's the fastest
I remember you
video
were saying
to hit
that
1 billion.
you thought it was gonna be 100, and then it was like 700, right?
Yo, I'm telling you, like they said they were doing 1 million what was it, $1 million a minute or something like that?
Shit.
Like the first day, yo, nuts. Like I remember, it was something stupid. I just remember looking back at it and just being like, yo, how did like
these numbers add up?
Yo, it was like people were watching it so fast the numbers couldn't even keep up. So it's like you would have to refresh it twice before you see a whole different millions of numbers.
Wow. When did you know it was gonna get crazy? Like when you stepped outside? Like was it the day after? Or?
No, it was that day. Like probably before it even dropped. Like a few hours before it dropped, they were dropping like clips of it. And I remember I was in one of the clips, and I had people hit me up like, "Yo, is that Mack Wilds in the new Adele video?" And I'm like, "Dang, it's about to get real crazy." And then I just start seeing people hitting my timeline like, bang, 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 DMs out the. It's
goes
crazy.
down.
I know you from where?
Crazy.
Go that way.
Crazy. It just got nuts really fast, and I was like, "Yo, if I'm staying in the house, guys, I'm just gonna stay here for a little while. Let me know if we gotta go out anywhere." But yeah, it definitely got crazy real fast.
But even numbers wise, she did like what 3 million in the first week.
Yeah.
In terms of the album sales, like whoa.
Yeah.
She's a monster.
Yeah.
Man.
She beat. Didn't she beat? Like she's the highest grossing artist. She beat NSYNC or something like that, right?
Yeah.
It was
in this climate.
It's nuts. When the video came out, they said that she was the first person to sell 1 million records just digitally in the first week.
That's crazy.
Just off the song, like the single sold 1 million records in the first week digitally.
The album's already like at 8.3 million.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Shout out to Adele.
Are you guys planning on working on any music?
I hope so. Nah, I think
I
it's,
need a hook.
Right? It's all about the same. This is the same thing that happened with the music video. As long as we're in the same place at the same time and crack that door with the right music, magic can happen. So. Well, we'll see what happens, man. I think she's about to go on tour and stuff, so, we'll see what happens afterwards.
Well, it's great to hear you're still committed to music, because now everyone's going to feel like, oh, he's got these TV shows now.
Man. Listen.
He ain't really going to give us no album. It's been 3 years.
Bruh.
You know what's so funny about it? You look at the first album,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, you and Salam, to me, with a certain level of purpose. Like, it was a mystery. We didn't really know who you were, the mystery around it.
Definitely.
And it was just like slow word of mouth. Like, nah, this shit is actually good. This shit is actually good. And like, it just came out of nowhere, and then everyone loved it, embraced it. And now, second round around, we're all just fiending for it, right? Like, it's a whole other different energy. Like, can you talk about creating under those, like, parameters now? Because it's totally different, right? When you was in Miami cooking up with Salam before, no one cared.
Exactly. It was a whole different situation. Like, nobody even knew. Like, I remember when we first got Own It, and Neo wrote like the first verse, and he wrote like scratch of the hook and everything. And I remember Salam gave it to me. He was like, "Neo's never gonna use it. Just see what you." He said, "Neo's never gonna use it. Like he's like he was done with it. So whatever you figure out on it, like just go ham." So I wrote to it, and came out with the rest of it. And I remember he was like, "Yo, just I'm a play it for Neo and Tango." Went to Tango, played it for Tango, and he was like, "Yo, we want to know if we could use this song, And Tango was like, "Yo, no, let me hear it." Played it for him, and Tango was like, "Oh, snap! Yo, who's the cat?" He was like, some new kid I'm working with named Mack or whatever." And Tango was like, "Oh, that's cool, whatever." Like, yo, I don't even remember this song. Like, are you sure this is Neo's song? Played him the original. He was like, "Oh yeah, I mean, of course. I don't think Neo's ever gonna use it." He's like, "Yo, what does the kid look like? Yeah, I know you don't work with nobody. Who is this kid?"
Yeah, so I don't mess with nobody like that.
So showed him the picture of me. Tango was like, "Get the fuck out of here! Are you serious, Mack? Yo, we was just." It got So I think the surprise factor is what took it over the top, but. This next album, man, I'm excited about it. Me and Salam definitely got back in the studio again, cooked up some work, and we pulled in a few people that I've worked with previously, or people that I know, like DJ Camper and Key Wayne. And
I like Key Wayne.
And D Mile, my boy D Mile. So we got some.
You created some hitmen. Salam Remy and the Hitman.
Salam is
You tweeted something recently. You said like lately my verses have been getting a lot closer to reality. You're scared us to speak on it. Why is that?
I think with any artist, like once you start piercing more towards your real life, it becomes like a weird, like, damn, like, is somebody gonna be mad I said this, or like, yo, is this cool? But all the other writers that I've been around, you know, all of my people, all of my friends, they're telling me, like, you know, like, this, you're hitting a spot, and this is good. Like this, like it's like that moment where you're going through therapy, and they're like, you're making progress. This is good. So I guess it's a good thing. I at first when I first wrote that tweet, I was definitely in the studio like, dang.
What things come to mind, like, you can speak on that?
Just, you know, just getting closer to, like, anything that happens in my family situations that I go through with women, growing up the way that I grew up in Staten Island and stuff. You know, there's so many different facets now that I like to write about. So it's just I'm just like to grow and build and get better at what I do.
When you first came out, like in 2011, with Remember, what was your goal with that project?
Honestly, that was my friends saying, yo, you're doing all of this writing for other people, bro. You need to write. Like, you need to do some music. Like, you just need to get some music out. And I remember sitting in the studio with me, and at the time I was working with Warren Campbell, and I was like, all right, yo, Warren, you got a couple beats that you could just throw me? So, yeah, I got a couple joints. Passed me a couple joints, and the rest I got from my friends that I was working with. But just building from that, it turned into what it was, man. And it was just I just wanted to show people that I was able and I was capable to work and to not just be okay, like to be great. You know,
it sounds rough around the edges when you compare that to like Love Story. It's like two different projects in a sense, but I like where you were going with it. With Love Story, what do you think that its place is in the game? Because when I heard it, I tweeted about it, I Instagrammed.
He reminded me. We had a thing where we was do the Rap Radar year-end list, right? We were gonna give you number one, and then this chick dropped the album, Beyonce.
Oh yeah. B. Oh yeah, B.
So then it was B, and then Mack Wild.
Yeah, great company to be in.
No, but B-Dot was like him and Rob Markman. They was hitting me
championed
that
out because it was a great album.
Seriously, man, and thank you again, bro. It's for real, like. You, Rob Markman, and everybody who got their hands on it. It's even you, bro. Like,
I came late like the OG.
You did, but again, you still jumped on board, man. Just watching how it naturally got into the right hands, and how everybody appreciated what we did. You know, I remember when me and Salam were in the studio and we were just like, yo, we just want to make. He was like, yo, I just want to make like something like the R&B Illmatic. I said, I'm with it. Like, what beats you talking about? He's like, we gotta do some stuff that feels like New York. And I'm like, well, what does New York feel like right now? And just having those conversations and trying to recreate that sound and that feeling turned out to be what that song was.
Because it played out like a Ron G mixtape almost, like the blends and things like that. That's what I really enjoyed.
But then the songwriting, so it's like a blend tape, but then the quality of the songwriting shows that it's like, you know, not just acapellas mixed with something. It's real songs.
But it also feels like I feel like I don't want to give you all the credit for it, but
I'll take it.
But like when I hear certain records now, I feel like the Tory Lanez record, for instance, that sounds like it could have been a Mack Wild song. Because you know the whole old school '90s sample
sound,
and things like that. Do you feel like you kind of spearheaded
Well, it's
that,
also then like how do you do it? Like I think that's the tackle. Like how do you do it without seeming like you're just paying homage, like, but there's still originality to it. I think that's where a lot of artists now they struggle with. You know, like how do you put that and carry an essence of where it comes from at the same time? We're in 2015, 2016 now.
Exactly.
You know, like
I think for me, I again, I can't take the credit for it. I wish I could, but the person I got to give the most credit to is Salam, man. Like, you know, being that he was one of the providers of the sound at the time, and you know, somebody who was definitely a part of that whole thing. He knows where it was and how to take it to where it needs to be. So working with him, especially now, like even with songs that we're doing, like Love in the 90s and everything, you know, just him making sure that we have the right elements and everything involved to get it where it needs to be for right now is very big. So
What is Salam like? Because like he's probably the most known unknown producer, right? Like
that's
and he loves
absolutely.
it, and he loves it that way.
He
like,
does.
His
He does.
Discography could go head up against everybody, but he's not like Swizz putting it in your face every time. You know, I love Swizz.
Yeah.
But like, talk about like his process and how he's been able to like just keep it all about the music through the years.
The thing I love the most about Salam, especially for me as an artist, and he's done with this with every artist that I know. Like he lets us be artists. You know, like there's you know, younger producers who are so I guess.
You can say it, Mack.
Just bullheaded in their ways. Like, you know, there's so many other producers that they want stuff a certain way, so they try to guide you this way. And no, you need to do it like this. Salam legit puts a beat on, and he's like, I trust you. Go ahead, write. And he'll leave, and he'll let you rock out. And then if you need anything, like you go to him. Like if I need help with a lyric, or if I'm like I don't understand this melody, or how do I do this or whatever, he'll come in. We'll map it out real fast, and he'll leave again. Like just let you paint. Like he'll let you get your
He's
artist
on top of you every 2 minutes.
Exactly.
One thing that bothered me with the album, though, why did you guys use "Burn" twice as a sample?
Because honestly, and this is for real. This is the exclusive. We didn't think we was gonna get the Michael Jackson clearance, bro. We didn't think we was gonna get it off.
I don't remember the time.
Yo, we didn't think we was gonna get it off at all. Like we were like, they're gonna cut it from the album, especially because Michael is on Sony. Right. So it was like we were like, yo,
going right to his house.
It didn't make any sense to us. But once they were like, I mean, they were like, go ahead, you won't say nothing, we won't. I'm like, we really gonna run with this? We got it. Yo, put some strings on that. Let's just go, run. So I mean, originally, like the story was behind it. When I was first writing Henny, I was trying to figure out like how to go about it or whatever. And it's mad funny. I remember this like yesterday. Salam was like, yo, come in the room real fast. I came in the room. The beat is still playing in the background. He's listening. He's like, yo, sing Remember the Time over that. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, just play around, sing Remember the Time over that. Like, you know, we probably won't use it or whatever, but just do it, so just to get your mind right, get your pen flowing again. Just do it. All right, go in there, sing Remember the Time. We lay it down, and he's like, all right, I like it. Now write. And I was like, all right, cool. So then I started writing I started writing Henny, and it started coming out. I was like, oh, this is perfect. But a few months later, what I thought was a scratch track, he was on some like, nah, we gonna use it.
Wow.
Like, wait, what? Mind you, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. I'm like, bruh, like I don't think this is gonna work. Like I don't know how this is gonna work. He's like, believe me, just trust me. We got it. And the rest was history.
I said that when I remember just telling you guys. I was like, that's a ballsy move, man. Michael Jackson cover on your first album.
Yeah, crazy. I was. Again, I wish I could take the blame for being that brave and ballsy, but that was all Salam. Like, I legit was scared out of my ass.
I don't blame you. I mean, but it all works out because then Love of the 90s is co-produced by Teddy Riley, who's worked with Mike.
Yeah.
Did he give you props on like that particular song?
For that song, he said, mind you,
because that was his album, Dangerous.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
This is something that's so close to him. Like he was like when we were in the studio, he's telling us stories about Mike. So like when I asked him, I got a chance to like talk to him real fast. I'm just like, yo, so what did you think about like Remember the Time or whatever? He's like, it's cool. Honestly, that's all I needed because because I know how close he is to the project, and I know him and Mike made something that's indelible in our culture. So for him to just be like, yo, that's cool, I'm fine.
That's another cosign.
But that other Mike said he liked what you're doing too, Michael Jordan. You met him at All-Star Weekend.
Yes, man. Oh man, yeah, Mike.
Did he say my
Mike
nigga?
Jordan.
I don't take pictures with niggas.
Nah, man. Yo, it was funny. It was at the party for his birthday and everything during the Jordan brand party. And I remember I've heard horror stories.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Horror
Chameleonaire, right?
Chameleonaire.
Oh man, I've heard horror stories. So I was like,
you were tentative.
I was nervous, bro. I was like, all right, I'm not trying to get dubbed by Michael, bro. Like I don't.
Somebody might have a camera out too.
Oh my God, you never know. This is the age of social media. You see
you
see Michael Jordan talk about get out of here to Mack Wilds. It's all over the headlines. Rap Radar. Mack Wilds gets shunned by Michael Jordan.
Crying face me.
If you thought Chameleonaire got this,
bruh.
Okay.
So I was nervous.
You had enough Henny?
Nervous as hell. Had enough Henny, and I was like, "Yo, guys, I'm gonna walk up to him."
Oh, so you made the big move.
I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna walk up to him." They were like, "Mack, are you sure?" I'm like, "Yo, I'm gonna walk up to him."
How many guys?
It was me and my crew, and Lenny S was there. Carmelo was there. Dwayne Wade, a bunch of different.
It's almost
people.
like you gotta approach a bad chick, like you gotta work up the confidence.
Exactly. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, guys. I'm gonna do it. And finally walk up to Mike as he's coming into the section, and I'm like, hey man, my name is Mack Wilds, and I'm a huge fan. Like for real. He looked at me. He's like, you said your name is Mack Wilds? I was like, yeah. He's like, I like what you're doing, man. He's like, keep going. I'm like. Yo, bro, like you don't even understand, bro. Your sneakers changed my life, bro. Like, yo, everything you do, bro, you're the GOAT, man. You're the GOAT. I appreciate you. Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday. Nah, it was great, man. It was crazy.
So did Reggie send you a box of Jordans after
Not
that?
yet, but I'm still waiting for him, Reggie. I'm still waiting.
That's a good ass night,
baby.
Definitely.
Well, back to the other Mike. I heard the Popeye story. Give us one more Teddy Riley, Michael Jackson story. Heard about Michael Jackson. You heard about the Popeye chicken?
He gets Popeyes delivered to him. And stuff like that.
He said every Wednesday.
Imagine that you're in the Neverland Ranch eating Popeye's chicken with Michael Jackson.
He said it's the craziest feeling ever. It's every Wednesday they would stop in like the middle of the session. The butlers would bring in Popeyes, and they would just chow down. They would legit chow down on Popeyes for like
Michael Jackson
like
had Wednesdays in the studio. They ordered Popeyes when he was working on the album with Teddy Riley.
That's the craziest.
I love that story.
Crazy, but I think one of the best things, and I guess it was like one of the craziest compliments. Me, Salam, and Teddy Riley, we did this song called "Camouflage," and I remember Teddy's first time hearing it. He's sitting in the back of the chair and he's just listening. And of course, it's Teddy Riley. I'm nervous as hell. He's just listening. He said, "Hey man, he's like," and he's whispering to Salam, and Salam was like, "Nah, tell him. He's gonna love it. Tell him." So they cut the music off. He's like, Salam just told me to tell you, I think you sound like Michael on this record, bruh." I wanted to break down. Like I'm like, I kept it cool. Like on the outside, I was like, damn, man, that's crazy. I appreciate that, bruh. On the inside, I'm like, this nigga just said I sound like Mike, bruh.
That sounds like a compliment.
Yo, that shit is crazy, man.
So is Teddy still gonna be on the album, or?
Yeah, he's definitely helping out, 200%.
Nice. What's he like? 'Cause he's very low key. Like you don't see Teddy Riley on no podcast.
He is. Like, he's a cool dude, man. Like legit a cool dude about his business, and he knows he knows music. Like he's one of those guys who just knows music. Like the way he just watching him work is the craziest.
He still got the keyboard.
Oh my God, lit!
Remember
like,
that keyboard?
Out of this world, man. So definitely one of the greatest producers that I've worked with. So as of yet.
So for the album, like, do you have a title and things like that?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Not yet. We're still working on it, but it's coming together. Like we had to push it back a little bit because of the 2 TV shows. I want to make sure I get the right rollout for it, but yeah, it's definitely coming together.
There's gonna be more songs, kind of like that Bonnie and Clyde song that you put out.
Kind of,
Let's talk about that record. You just drew it out.
Yeah.
A Lucy.
Yeah,
right
it was
there?
a Lucy, man. It was made by me and my boy DJ Camper. I remember me and DJ. We were like, we got this little crew called the 95. So on September,
I see the chain.
I was gonna ask you about that. What's the significance to that?
So basically, the 95 is my crew, my group of friends, and all of us artistic in our own different ways. But we call ourselves the 95% because we're always striving for perfection. So it's like it's a never-ending quest to be
get to
better.
100.
Yeah.
Right.
So the 95%, but DJ Camper, he's a part of the 95%, and I remember we did this song, and for 95 Day, which is September 5th, 9/5. We was like, yo, let's just put out this record.
Oh, because of the date. Okay, great. Okay.
We were like, yo, let's just put out this record, man. Like, I love it. He loved it, and it was kind of in the vein of where we're going for this next project. So the next project for me, I feel like for the first album, we captured what New York felt like, period. Like back in the days, and even to today, like just making it real. What I want to do now is I want to capture what New York feels like at night. Like I've been running around the streets, especially now, like at night, and going into these clubs and stuff, and what it feels like. It feels a little darker. It feels a little grittier. It feels sexy, but scary. So we're playing with sounds and making it as hard hitting and crunchy as possible.
Because when you say like love of the '90s, you talk about the things that you missed.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is missing now in the game? Because I think it's in a good space. You got people like yourself,
Yeah.
Innocent Pack, Tiller.
I think now is one of the closest times to what we've had back in the days. With people like you said, with Anderson .Paak, with Tiller, with even Tory Lanez, even what Drake is doing still. I think hip hop is in a place now where the love is back. The feeling is back. It feels good again. People are actually trying to spit again, and singers are actually singing again. Some of them, but singers are actually trying to sing again, and it feels like we're in a really, really good place, especially for this generation.
Are we gonna get another duck sauce type of record on the album where you just go in with the bars?
I mean, absolutely. I'm trying to, man.
You got some bars now? I'll get my sway on. You ready? Got some bars?
Stop it, man. I gotta talk to Pete Rock or something, man. Get another.
I'll get one of those dark ones.
Get another one of them crunchy, dirty, dusty.
So what zone did you get into when you did that? When you recorded that? You have to get to you put the hoodie up.
Yeah. On the B Rabbit, right? I don't even know. I remember just hearing it, and I kept on saying, yo, Salam, I want to do this record. I want to do this record. I want to do this record. And he's like, if you want to do it, finish it, and we'll see what happens. I'm like, all right, fine. So I had to show out for Salam and for Pete Rock. So Pete is in the studio while I'm doing it, and I remember while I'm writing it, while I'm finishing the rhyme and going in there and spitting it, Pete was on. So I'm like, yo, he looking at Salam, he looking at me. I'm like, yeah, we got it. And Salam's never the guy to give you props. Yeah, never. He's never gonna give you props. So he's just sitting there. He's like, he does some little thing with his fingers. Like he'll. And that's how you know it's dope. Like he'll be messing with his fingers. Like if it's dope, like you watch his two fingers, if they going back and forth, it's you're right on target. So it was perfect.
Well, how is he connected now with how is he dealing with now your schedule and in terms of the creation? Because last time you said you locked yourselves in for a month.
Yeah.
Right? Now this has been kind of a stop and go to a certain extent.
Kind of to a certain extent, yeah. But now it's more like I think he's gonna come out to North Carolina with me and rock out for a week or so, just to make sure the stuff is right. And even while I'm working out there, it's like Monday through Friday. So some weekends I'm gonna be coming back up here to get in the studio and stuff. But we're just rocking and rolling to make sure everything gets done.
How many records are you sitting on?
We're sitting on maybe like 20 to 25 records, maybe more. But those are the ones that we're considering for the album.
Oh, okay.
Also, so you was considering doing a mixtape too,
yeah.
right?
I mean, I'm like, I only want to put 13 records on this album, so we might as well do something with the other records.
Maybe draw that out first,
Mm-hmm.
kind of wet the appetite.
Mm-hmm. Get everybody ready while I'm shooting the shows and
so
stuff.
So we're looking more like fall for the big explosion, and now Ellie Reed and everybody's involved now, right?
Yeah,
got upgraded, right?
Shout out to the label, yo, man, and it's so crazy, man. The label has been. Epic Records has been so accommodating to my schedule with everything that we've been doing, whether it's the acting, whether it's the modeling. Like the way that they're hands on, it's scary. Like they really want to do something, and I told them I'm willing to do it. So I'm ready to shake the world up.
Just gotta play LA that music. Man.
Exactly.
He loves the experience.
Exactly.
What was those meetings like now? Because now to be able to you know, you always had respect for him, but now to be in business with him, what's that transition been like?
It's the craziest feeling ever, man. You know, it's like being in business with your hero. You know, this is a guy that, you know, man, we watched him create stars, like legit stars. Usher, Kanye West, Rihanna, Tony Braxton, like the list goes on and on and on and on.
TLC,
Outkast, like the list just runs. And you know, to be a part and for him to even consider, because you know it's one thing for L.A. Reid just to sign you, it's another thing for L.A. Reid to be like, nah, I got you,
right?
And he's definitely keeping me close to the cuff. So I'm truly appreciative, and I'm ready for whatever they got coming my way.
What's been his biggest input so far, you think, or advice?
I think it's mainly the biggest advice. When after the Adele video came out, I remember Salam told me, he walked into the office and was like, "We need to drop Love in the 90s." We need to drop Love in the 90s.
Oh, LA said that.
LA said that.
Oh, to Salam.
Yeah. So I think LA being so hands-on is instrumental in everything that's how it's moving right now. So it's crazy.
That's dope. What's your relationship like now with Jay-Z these days? Because I think about the Rock Boys video.
It's
I
great.
didn't realize you saved him in that video, man. He's about to get bucked, man. What happened, man?
Saved his life, man. No,
You saved Jay-Z's life.
yeah.
And then they thought you really was his nephew after that.
Yeah,
That's
man. Which is great. I mean, it's good and amazing because he treats me like family. So it's always been great. Yeah, man. Relationship is still good, man. Relationship is actually very, very amazing. I'm actually signed to Rock Nation as under management. So.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
When did this happen? It's exclusive again?
Yeah, it's exclusive.
Oh, man. Out here,
Take one of those
man.
bombs. What was that experience like in that video? Because every time I watch it, it's like, damn, that's a party I wanted to be at. Like,
Nah, it was
They had
nuts.
Puff at the video, Nas,
Puff,
Mariah.
Yo, it was the craziest. Mind you, 17-year-old kid from Stapleton Projects just got finished doing The Wire. I'm here in a suit that doesn't fit me, looking around like, yo, this is crazy. June Ambrose, you know, fixing my suit and everything, and it was the craziest feeling ever. It was the craziest situation ever. Like, I'm sitting in one of the rooms, Cassie putting on trying on heels, freaking Mariah Carey running around, she needs like her makeup done. It's like watching it back in my head, and I was legit like just a kid in the corner. I think I had my sidekick back then, playing on my sidekick or something. It was the craziest feeling ever. One of the craziest moments in my life.
So how's the transition been? What made you go to Rock Nation for management?
You know, I think they have such a structure and a machine over there to work what needs to be worked. So and they're ready to go. Like, I've known Jay, Lenny, Shaka, my damn near my entire professional life, and since I've met them, they've treated me like family. So it only made sense to go over there and to work with family. Like, I work best when I'm comfortable, and I'm comfortable when I'm around my family or people that I consider family. So to have them on my team, man, it's been a blessing.
How did that do? Lenny was bugging you about trying? How did the hell?
Nah, I mean, I think it was one of those. You know, I lost the management that I had at the time, and you know, it was me and my boys running around. You know, Dale is actually my day-to-day manager. Mm-hmm. So me and Dale were like, you know, we can only do so much. We need somebody who can get us into the situations that we can't even see. And I think after a while, Lenny and Shaka both approached us and was like, I mean, y'all know y'all home here. So we sat down and started making sure that everything was right, and everything that they were talking about connected with everything that we were trying to do. So it just made sense.
This was this year or last year?
It was this year.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So you're not concerned? They have so many artists. Like, you're not concerned that you'll get the attention you deserve?
Nah, they don't have
got a
any
stacked
R&B
roster.
artists.
Oh,
They don't
yeah.
have any R&B singers, male singers.
But that's true.
There you go. You looked at that, huh?
Come on, man. I do my homework, man.
You checked the website. You was like, wait.
I
that's
do my
your name.
You
homework.
snuck up on me with this. We gotta crack this bottle, man. It's a celebration.
Also, Rap Radar's our anniversary. So
Yay!
toast to you.
Congratulations, bro.
Everything,
7 years, man.
7 years, man.
7 years?
Websites.
Yo, man.
Podcast 7 months. People
I
think
know,
it's been
man.
around way longer.
I know, y'all, because y'all are like the
Promote the hell
pinnacle
out of
of,
it.
of hip hop,
Well, we
man.
working, man. But it's interesting that you're gonna be in North Carolina because you was also in Baltimore
Yeah.
doing the Wire for.
For I was out there for 2-3 years. When I moved out there when I was 15, and I left there when I was about like 17, 18 years old.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
So what was like that whole experience? Do you still know like did the boxing thing stick with you? and
it
things
did,
that?
like you know, and it's fun, it's funny. Like I met
Woo,
Dale.
beat
yeah,
up
right?
popping that
Woo!
boy, baby.
Yes, sir.
We should have had Ace. It
wasn't in the budget.
It wasn't in the budget.
No, because B-Dot sitting on a bottle from Hove that he gets for his birthday. He didn't want to
I'm
share
not
it.
opening that
He didn't want to
shit,
share
man.
it.
That's like one of those Super Bowl championship
I feel you, I
bottles.
feel you.
But you saying the boxing?
Nah, I was actually boxing right before I got signed to do The Wire. Like
Oh, wow.
I was in
Wow.
boxing. I was doing boxing training and everything right before we started that. So it was funny. Like when they were like, okay, this is your character, and we're gonna have him boxing. So it was like, okay, this is perfect.
What do you think happened to Michael though? Because the last episode.
Personally, what I think
Yeah.
happened, I think Michael is still running around Baltimore with a shotgun and a trench coat,
He
like
shot
Omar.
Snoop.
Like Omar.
When that came across
He
the
shot Snoop.
Yeah.
when that script came across your desk, like what was your reaction? Like, did you anticipate you killing a character like that, or
Nah, like you mean the episode with me killing Snoop, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I remember we were we were in the production office because for The Wire, I'm supposed to do for any TV show, if you're underage, you're supposed to do 3 hours of school, quote unquote school a day. So I was at the production office doing my 3 hours of school. They gave me the script and I'm reading it, and I'll get to the end and I'm like, I gotta kill Snoop.
Wow.
So I'm walking around the office like, yo guys, like what? Wait a minute, like I gotta kill Snoop. What is going on? And weird, uncanny timing. Snoop walks in. I'm like, sis, did you see? Like they got me. I can't. She's like, nah, don't worry about it. It is what it is.
Oh, she had seen it? She
Yeah.
already knew?
wow?
Damn.
Yeah, it was the craziest feeling ever. I'm 17 years old and I gotta kill somebody I consider like a sister. So.
Wow.
Is it cool? Like, do you like to play kind of a character, like you could be kind of a mean or cold-blooded character type thing? Because everyone views you as like a good guy, decent guy, a charming young man.
Oh, thanks. No, man. I mean, I just love to play different characters. Like I think for me, it's not necessarily just about playing, the cold-hearted dude or anything. Because even Mike, Mike had a heart.
Yeah.
He was doing it for to keep his brother out of the streets, so his little brother didn't have to do exactly what he did. So he had a certain reasoning for what he did.
You left Dookie, man.
I know, man.
When you left Bug, that hurt my heart. Like I think I might have shedded a tear too. But Dookie, I was like,
But
damn.
Duke, yeah, that was a hard, and I gotta thank the producers and the directors for that show too, man, because the way that they set that up to get the real emotion out of us, like that was legit. Like for me and the kid who played my little brother, that was our last scene together. So
wow.
like 2 years of being around this kid, this is my last time seeing this kid. They were like, okay, just go. Me and Jermaine's last scene was literally me and Jermaine's last scene.
Wow.
So it was crazy. It was definitely crazy.
For such an iconic character like that, does it bother you when people might call you Michael still, or on the street do you get typecast?
Because it's just as you said, it's iconic, man. For people to still connect with the character that I played, like damn near almost 10 years ago.
It's crazy.
It's amazing, man, and I love it because and the thing that I think it's a testament to my acting on said show. With us, even with 90210, I remember
What was your character name in that?
Dixon.
So I see his IG. They're still like, oh, Dixon.
Yeah.
Dixon.
So we did we did the Wireless Fest in London maybe 2 years ago, and I remember, you know, in the middle of my set, you know, I stopped and, you know, I'm talking about everything, you know, I'm like, you know, you guys may have seen me on, you know, a couple TV shows and stuff, you know, I was on a TV show called The Wire, you hear, woo, and then I was like, you know, I was also on another TV show called 90210, and I didn't expect it. The whole crowd erupted. Dixon. I'm like, oh shit.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
See what happens when a black man goes to 90210?
The only colored guy on fucking Beverly Hills.
Yo, and to be the lead on that show, it was. I remember, I was walking around the office, and I was walking around the offices of CW, and the people there were looking at me like, yo, bro, you're like Obama. I'm like, I'm just an actor, bro. I'm just an actor.
Are you? I can see politics one day.
Maybe one day.
Are you ever surprised by like the people that watch The Wire that come up to you? Like, who's the most surprising person?
I'm more surprised about the assumption that I get out of who watches what. So there was this one time I was in. It was All-Star Weekend. It was All-Star Weekend.
Easy beat out dropping cups and shit.
Yeah,
Look how
right?
excited he is, man.
I'm excited.
All-Star Weekend. We're in LA, you know, and you already know it's a bunch of just ignorance everywhere.
Yes.
It's All-Star Weekend.
Right.
Just
Exactly.
thotties, everything. Everything you can expect in Los Angeles.
Drug dealer convention.
Exactly. So I'm at this restaurant and I'm walking by this table. It's like 4 guys. And they all look like they have at least 3 bodies each.
A bunch of Omars.
Corson has 12 bodies.
That's 12 bodies. So I walked by and they were like, yo, hey, yo, Mike. So I turn around, I'm like, yo.
Mike.
They're like, yo, man, we just wanted to say, you know, we loved you on The Wire. And all of them like, yeah, man, we loved you on The Wire. I'm like, thanks, man, thank you. They were like, hey, yo. I turned back around, I'm like, what's up? They're like, don't think you don't got 4 grown ass men watching 90210 either. They were like, yo, fam, you need to get back with Silver, bro, for real. What? All right.
Funny.
Nah, man.
Even Obama said that was like his favorite. She loved Omar, but you know the president was checking out The Wire too. It's funny how like you never know who's watching.
Never know, man. You never know. And when I finally got a chance to meet him, he was definitely like. He looked at me. He was like, it was for when we did a screening for Red Tails at the White House.
Oh wow.
He looked at me. He's like, man, I feel like I've watched you growing up. I feel like I watched you grow up, man. We took a picture and I'm in between him and his wife. We're taking the picture and this is probably one of the funniest moments. We're taking the picture and he looks back over. He's like, watch your hands. Like, oh. It was crazy.
You went back to the White House recently though, right? Was it during Christmas or something like that?
No.
I could have sworn I seen a picture of you.
It was that picture. I just re-put it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was that same picture. That's.
I see you running around with Angela Simmons, man. Yo, Gotti's gonna be looking for you. Man. What's going on with that, man?
Yo, Gotti, I want no beef, man. I want no beef.
I see him next to Angela Simmons.
No, we were actually handling something for Black History Month with Pepsi. We were doing this whole I guess it's kind of like a collaboration with Pepsi. We called it The Recipe. So we went to a couple different cities around the country and introduced a bunch of people to different influencers and artists and different sports, you know, different athletes that are doing good things in their community for Black History Month, and just to get everybody inspired, you know, so people aren't just sitting on their hands during Black History Month looking for a reason to say that we don't need Black History Month.
Yeah. But you also talk about kind of the struggles you've had in the business of things you had to overcome, right? Mm-hmm. That was kind of the theme too, because I saw somebody was quoting like you had said something maybe like, don't chase your past success, you'll be like a dog chasing his tail.
Yeah, no,
so
you know,
they're quoting Mack Wilder here when he talks to the kids, when they talk to his kids.
Nah, man, you know, I think, and again, I was there more so as a host, but when they would ask questions that you know, I felt like I had a really good word for, I would definitely jump in and give my 2 cents. But that was definitely one of them, and I was like, I didn't even know that it was gonna be quoted. I didn't even remember what I said until I seen it. I was like, dang, I said that. Damn, I was on the roll. So it was dope. It was
That's
dope.
the truth. But I want to get back to The Wire just for a little bit. Are you surprised or not really that everyone on that show is relatively doing their thing, a success?
I don't think so.
Like,
absolutely not really. I mean,
a lot of people came.
A lot of people. You know, I think the craziest thing for me, man, I've realized is it took me so long to realize what The Wire was. You know, it was bigger than just a TV show or anything. It was training grounds. Like, especially for me, like, I'm 16, 17 years old, and I would consider being in one of, not, you know, people call it the best television show and everything, but it's literally the best training grounds for actors, period. You know, learning so much from just watching people work and having them on set watching you work, so, and then giving you like tips and everything. It was you couldn't buy that. You couldn't pay for that.
Looking back on it, they didn't get no. I know you like trophies, the EGOT thing, like we talked about. You know, they didn't get nominated for Emmys. Does that like bother you, or like why do you think that never happened?
Honestly, I don't know. I think the content was. I think part of it was that the content hit so close to home. It was like a lot of people didn't want to look in their back. You know, people don't like to watch on TV what they try to hide in their backyard. So
and that would give it validation.
Yeah,
to give it the accolade.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think, and then I think another big part of it was with the show, you can't just watch 3 episodes.
Right.
You know, you can't watch 3 episodes and understand what's going on. It's one of those shows that you have to watch the whole season to understand the emotion and the pathos that is being given off in said show. So with like the Emmys and the Golden Globes, you have to give 3 episodes and 3 of your quote unquote best episodes, and then they choose from that. So it doesn't necessarily matter about I guess the whole show, right, if they can't get what the gist of it is in those 3 episodes.
Did you ever interact with like Little Melvin and people that the show was based off of? And things like, oh wow,
they were always on set, man.
Because he just recently passed away.
I know. Rest in peace, man. It's crazy. We were all legit a family. Like, it was, everybody interacted with everybody, even off the set. Like, you met somebody who was on The Wire from like anywhere and
like alumni,
anywhere, any type of alumni. It's like, yo, you did like you're automatically family.
Right.
So
I'm pretty sure you got a lot of Baltimore connections now based off that.
Yeah,
he's good at
family.
He's good at people.
I wasn't for a minute.
Really?
I wasn't for a minute. After I killed Snoop, they wasn't fucking with me. What? Yo, somebody called up to the radio station the next day. Mind you, Snoop is on the radio. Snoop is on the radio with the radio station. Somebody called up they were like, yo, Snoop, somebody want to holler at you. Dude called and said, yo, Snoop, if I see that kid, I'm shooting him because he killed you.
Oh my God.
Oh wow. Pretend.
She's like, you're talking to me like I'm still alive. Like, nobody shot me. Yeah, it's crazy.
The power of TV, man.
Yeah.
Power of TV.
Are you killing the ladies, man? Guys, before we get out of here, man, I gotta ask you about the ladies, man, because they always want to know. You killing the ladies out here, man?
In what sense do we mean killing? Hey. Nah, man, you know,
I saw something. You had late night thoughts, man. What's going on
always,
with late night
always,
thoughts? What's up with late night
man.
thoughts? You know about his late night thoughts?
Always.
I listen to the music for his late night thoughts.
A lot of mercy. Nah, you know, I think I think our generation right now is, and I'm a product of my generation. Our generation is very sexual, and sometimes
almost to a fault.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost to a fault. Yeah. So, you know, I try to curb my certain thoughts and just write about it, and a lot of times when I'm writing about it, it just happens to be on Twitter. So it just,
you ain't a real one if she never sat on your face.
A lot of mercy. That's real, man. That's real. That's real.
That
grown man talk.
Super real.
Let me beat out. What's the equivalent of booty rubs for men?
Excuse me?
What's the equivalent of booty rubs for men? That's one of his questions.
Yeah, I got that is a good question.
What is the equivalent
I got a bunch of girls who was in my DMs giving me answers, but I want to hear what you said.
I think the PG answer would be
this is turning into fucking lip service. Shout out to Angela.
A head rub is pretty good.
Yes.
But, you know,
a lot of mercy.
If she wants to, you know,
it depends on which head.
Tug the boat. I'm not mad at that.
Tug the boat.
I just made that up.
Thank you, man. Nah, man, it's definitely
out here pouring crazy.
I know, right? Nah, man, those ideas, and the craziest thing is that I write those ideas down because if I don't write them down somewhere where I can find them, like whether it be on my Twitter or like in the notepads that I've used up already, I can use these for songs. Like I'll just scroll through my Twitter and be like, okay, that's a song right there. Let me use that.
But for the record, Max, single?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, single like a dollar bill.
Hey,
awkward silence.
All right, so stay focused. 2 TV shows.
Yes.
Maybe a mixtape.
Yes.
And then the album.
Yes.
It's crazy ass 2016.
And a bunch of other
And what
stuff.
is the shit you're writing? You're writing things?
Scripts,
right?
stuff?
What are you writing? Can I be in it? What are we doing? I'm light skinned. Let's go. Give me a roll.
This nigga just want a SAG card.
I know, right? He's trying to get a SAG card. I see.
I'm trying to get my weight up, man.
There's a couple of different things that I'm writing. Like for the album, I'm actually writing a short film. Like
it's a company.
I'm writing a short film for the album. But I'm also writing other projects as well. Like I love
that part. That's where really your passion is. Like despite all these accolades, it seems like when you talk about that stuff,
the creating,
you got that
stuff.
twinkle in your eye. Yeah. Like that's what really like.
That's the stuff
shit,
that I love, man.
The shit you haven't showed us yet.
Yeah, because it just when I get a chance to present it and the way that I want to put it together to present it, it starts to. It gets me excited. It definitely does.
Where does this damn
dope.
ambition come from, man? You say you don't feel like you're ever working hard enough. Like,
I know,
where do you think
man.
it all comes from?
You know what? I grew up in the best city in the world, but that everybody, either you work hard or you get walked over. Mm-hmm. And
New York City.
And I grew up in the forgotten borough of said city, so I have to work even harder. So that's where my ambition
Staten Island
comes from.
chip on your shoulder, right?
Yeah, man, absolutely. I'm a Staten Islander, born and raised, and I will forever be that kid from Stapleton Projects trying to run to the city, trying to sneak into these fashion shows, trying to get to every audition that I possibly can.
Maybe I'm reaching, but when I listen to Love Story, I think that one song we say, "Don't turn me down." Like, is that like based off real things? Because you're from Staten Island, you got to take a ferry, a bridge, to get over there.
It is definitely based on true situations. I mean, definitely written by the big homie Rico Love, but me and him sitting in there trying to figure it out, and Rico he's a genius when it comes to writing. Most times, like he'll go in and just he legit just goes in and just be like, "Oh, this is what you were thinking about? Go in and just sing it." And I'm like, bro, that's my life. That's my life, bro. How did you know? That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Because being like, it got for people that don't know, like Staten Island's almost like the forgotten borough when it's cut off. So it takes a lot.
We never claim it, to Wu-Tang. That's why you speak of the importance of Wu-Tang. People don't realize what that meant for that city, for that borough, the whole culture in general.
Listen, it's so funny because I'll tell somebody all the time, yo, I'm from Staten Island. Where? Right. Shaolin. Oh, Wu-Tang. So yeah.
What would they really say? Like your father cut their hair. You remember actually having real conversation with them when you was a kid, or things you would say to them, or what they would say to you?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
all right, little man.
It was just like, you know, when I was younger, it was of course like the little stuff, like little Paul, or give me like little couple dollars to run to the store, or whatever. But it wasn't until I started. It wasn't until I got older, like when I was doing The Wire, and I was actually starting up with the music stuff, like talking to Ghostface about doing music, and talking to Raekwon about the importance of repping where I'm from.
That's a great conversation right there.
Yeah, and Meth, you know, talking about like the importance of being lyrical. You know, making sure that even whether I'm singing or rapping, to be lyrical. Like he's like I listened to everything that you do since you were a kid, and you keep continually trying to be lyrical and not trying, but being lyrical,
focusing
on that.
Because he said you used to always have books with you, right?
Yeah,
as a kid, reading books.
Absolutely. And I learned that from him. Like everything, like he would say read, I would read. He would say, yo, do crossword puzzles so you can learn new words. I would be doing crossword puzzles. Like everything that they taught me, I would take not with a grain of salt, just learn and try to build myself to be the best that I could be.
It almost feels like you had an advantage because Staten Island seems very communal versus like Brooklyn and Queens. Like everyone kind of knows everybody.
It's not though. Like everybody knows everybody, but it's not.
Oh wow.
Staten Island is, because it's so segregated.
Right.
Each neighborhood is like a different borough.
Oh, okay.
So it's like depending on which neighborhood you from, that's the type of help or the love that you get. I just so happen to be, thank God, from Park Hill and moved to Stapleton, which is the two places from whence Wu-Tang came from. You know, Ghost is from Stapleton. Everybody else lived in different parts of Park Hill. So I grew up in both neighborhoods, so I knew them.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
I remember I was at Killer Hill Day one day. It's a Killer Hill Day. One year I was at Killer Hill Day. I was like, where the fuck am I at?
Yeah, bro.
It's like 96.
You ain't been back since, Elliot.
It gets cold on that ferry, man.
Yeah,
It's windy,
crazy.
man.
It's crazy.
Windy. All right, man. Yo, Mack, I think we gotta let you go, man. We appreciate everything, man.
Yes,
toast
sir.
on the way out, man.
Thank you,
Congrats.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. The breaks.
The breaks.
The album.
The album.
We got 2 chains. We call you 2
Management.
shows.
2 shows.
Album.
Yes.
Just a good guy, man. Glad we finally made it happen, man.
Yes, sir,
Rap Radar Podcast.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's do it, man. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.